Welcome to Wrestling in 60, presented by Cliff Keen Athletic, a show where we present the best matches from around the country's premier wrestling conference, the Big Ten. We begin with our pick at number 7.
Lucas Bird and Dylan Shawver going at it. And you look at the rankings right now. Bird is 12-1 on the season, ranked 4th in the country. Shawver ranked 9th. He's 14-4. He's off a tough loss against Braden Davis of Penn State on Friday night. That was another top 10 matchup in the Big Ten.
Yeah, there's no off nights in the Big Ten. It's incredible. There's 14 teams in the Big Ten, and there's plenty of times where all 14 wrestlers qualify for nationals in a 33-man bracket. Almost 50% of the brackets the Big Ten at certain weight classes. So no off days when you get to the Big Ten slate.
Not at all. Lucas Bird was injured last season, so he missed the entire campaign. Back for his final one here at Illinois. A two-time All-American. Took 5th in 2021 and 2022 in those tournaments out in St. Louis and Detroit, respectively. Made it back to the blood round in Tulsa in 23 as Shawver gives him a shot here. Good sprawl by Bird now trying to go behind here. Granby roll from Shawver, still hanging onto the leg. Bird is behind. He's got 3. Another Granby roll from Shawver trying to get out for 1 here. And nice job following does Bird. And now they're near the boundary.
Yeah, Bird was a couple takedowns away from the national semifinal, national final.
Looks like they are going to take a look at that last sequence to see if Bird actually solidified that takedown. Coach Goodale had the challenge brick out momentarily, but so either they're going neutral because Shawver somehow got an escape, Vinny, or they're taking the takedown completely off the board here. So officially, it is no takedown, and boy, personally I would like to see that again, but no takedown, so the back to their feet. Had a wild first half of this bout. See Bird trying some slide bys and a nice ankle pick. What a shot by Bird. That time that takedown will count. He's up 3-0, less than a minute to go.
Interesting position.
Shawver trying to quad pod back up to his feet, cutting at the hands, and here comes a big mat return from Bird. Shawver able to stay on his feet though. Trying to cut at the hands again. Bird dropping down to the leg. Shawver posting on the traps. Bird doing a nice job hanging on, trying to go head hunting now. And we're going to get not a stoppage yet, they're still in. I think Coach Goodale is trying to get a clarification if there was a stall warning there. And yes, they are going to officially rule that a stall on Lucas Bird.
Yeah, it looks like they were just making sure to adjust the riding time from 30 seconds back down to 28. They didn't stop it quick enough.
Yeah, I don't think there's 2 minutes and 80 seconds of riding time. I don't think that exists.
Yeah.
A little early in the day, I get it. It's not an evening duel tonight here at Jersey Mike's. Nice Granby roll by Shawver. Looking to get out for 1 here. He's out. It's 3-1. Short time to go in this first period. A timed escape there from Dylan Shawver as Bird tries to get back in on a shot. Shawver trying to circle in now.
Shawver's got to fix his head position and get out of the underhook.
Now bring us to the end of the first period. These guys going back and forth in those ear-to-ear tie-ups and
getting out to not let riding time continue to accrue.
Shawver trying to cut into that riding time, but Bird is out for 1. It's 4-1.
Yeah, you couldn't see it on camera, but Coach Goodale was signaling to Shawver, hey, outside sweeps there, it's there. He hit it, but credit to Bird. Defender got his legs back, squared up. Back neutral, 20 seconds to go.
Shawver's high C and his outside sweep singles are some of the quickest you'll see, and he's going to go for it again. 15 seconds. Good whizzer here from Bird. Can Shawver shuck him by? He's behind, and Bird's going to keep scrambling. Shawver's on top of the takedown. He ties things up at 4. Short time in the second. Bird will scramble out of it, and he's out for 1 at the buzzer.
So close, but you could tell based off the noise of the buzzer, he was free.
Looks like the buzzer sounded, so Bird is definitely out. It's 5-4, Shawver on bottom. Riding time, not a factor right now, but Bird's going to try to get it to climb up towards a minute. And a good mat return there.
Bird does have a stall warning. Keep that in mind. Rucker's asking for another warning. He's riding behind the hips.
Shawver up to his feet, reaching back a little bit, trying to cut at the hands now. Bird looking for a return. And out of bounds they go. Let's see what we get here. No stall call. Of course, the Rutgers crowd doesn't like it. As Shawver trying to roll through here. Bird doing a good job riding again. Shawver still rolling around on the mat here. Bird's riding time is going up, and now he's got Shawver flat on the mat. is where he didn't want to be. He's got his ankle caught.
Bird might have an armbar there, not quite secured.
Well, Bird's riding time is over a minute now. Shawver needs an escape to tie, but he's going to need a takedown on his feet.
Good job by Bird to get out to the side there.
Shawver up to his base. Less than a minute to go in the third. And a great ride by Bird continues. Granby roll from Shawver. He's out for one. The match is tied. 50 seconds. Riding time not locked, but it's a factor right now. Shawver's going to need a takedown.
He could also push the pace here, get a stall call. That would effectively tie it up if riding time stays at 123.
36 seconds. Can Shawver go ahead? Or will Bird hang on here? Outside single. Shawver's got a hand on it. Good defense by Bird. Less than 30 seconds. He's got to go.
Staff wants to see shots. Good shot there by Bird.
Outside shot just missed there from Shawver. Bird pushing back towards the center. Down to 15 seconds. Shawver trying to push. Shot here from Shawver. He's got the leg. Can he finish now? Coming up. Bird scrambling well. Short time. Bird hanging onto the waist. Shawver back into him. And Bird's going to scramble well, and the time runs out. Lucas Bird's going to hang on for a 6-5 decision, and Illinois ties things up at 3.
Huge, huge escape at the end of the second period with less than a second or so left. Ends up being the difference in the match.
Now let's take a look at our pick at number 6.
Talk about toughest guys. You are looking at one of the toughest guys right there in Sammy Sasso. In his 6th year out of Nazareth, Pennsylvania, now wrestling at 157, well documented. As over a year ago, he was shot in an attempted carjacking. And how great, Jim, was it to see him today?
It really was cool. You know, you see Sammy Sasso, the first thing, he's got a smile on his face. I met him when he was a redshirt freshman in the Ohio State room, and he was the guy that started the conversation. And, you know, hey, who are you? You know, and he had this beautiful conversation with him for 45 minutes watching the wrestling practice, and you could just tell he just lit up the room.
And for Jacori teemer, it was 9 weeks ago today when he was injured while wrestling Panero Johnson of Iowa State. Great to see him back. Transferring in from Arizona State.
He was big in that Stanford match that they had when he was healthy. He came out there and just really got it going, got the crowd behind him. Jacori teemer did. So athletic and has a variety of skills. Great on his feet.
Jacori teemer out of Long Beach, New York.
You know, Shane, is when you get a guy that gets hurt, it's in your how you bring him back is really the, you know, some of the art of coaching and you know, when to bring him back. Is he healthy? Is he communicating with you? It really kind of picks up the level of communication in your program here, particularly when you got a star like this that you know, maybe struggling a little bit. You know, he transfers in and you get hurt right away. You'd like to be out there. And whoa, beautiful shot right there. Head shot. Goes right to the trip. See the explosiveness we talked about.
Jacori teemer wows this crowd, leads it 3-0, now 3-1. Teemer, a 4-time All-American, 4-time Pac-12 champion in Tempe. Sammy Sasso, 4-time Big Ten finalist, winning Big Ten titles in 2021 and 2023. 2-time NCAA finalist. What a career he's had. And the escape pulls the Buckeye to within 1, 3-2. Those quick escapes, Jim, keep you in matches.
They do keep you in matches, and if you can go ahead and, you know, show some dominance in the top position, if this period goes 0-0, I don't think it's going to go 0-0. I think there's going to be action anyway. But it's a way of bringing you back into the match.
Sasso 1-1 in Big Ten duels. Last weekend fell to Joey Blaze, 5-1 at Purdue. And here is Sasso with his head underneath that right knee.
Yeah, and he's an expert in this position right there. Notice how tight he's keeping that leg, and he's trying to create some, oh wow, what would that be?
Nope.
Potentially dangerous.
Adjust.
I don't think the Ohio State coaching staff liked that call, but
Both guys were fine.
that's the first really good shot there by Sasso, and it looked like he got in pretty clear. And I think when we had a quick chance to visit with him, he says he's kind of figuring out what's working again and what won't work. And so he's kind of limiting the. He's limited. He understands his style is limited here with the injuries he's had with the wound and everything and the recovery. But
stall call on teemer. Now teemer, a freight train double, just lower levels and drives through for 3.
He just cannot stay on the tracks. They got to stay off the tracks here with him. He has slight angles there, but you know, another idea that shot was coming is it was right after the stall warning. Wrestling any type of competitor, usually with the next 15, 20 seconds, you're going to get their best shot.
6-4 score late in the second period. That was a great double leg takedown from teemer. Here in Iowa City, Tom Brands having a conversation with Matt Sorenchinsky.
I don't know what he might have been questioning there, but you know.
Get set, get set.
Gets a warning on that. Crowd doesn't like it. Teemer starting period on bottom. Just a 2-point match here.
Right. Just the quick escapes have allowed that to happen. So Teemer really a tough guy to ride though. Good explosiveness.
Sasso, Jim, how does he get to Teemer's legs?
Well, he's got to be able to go ahead and maybe get to a corner there on his tie, but then he's got to deal with this. Wow. Driving through one more time here. This is going to be tough for Sammy to go ahead and roll through on that, but you can see how he's got both.
Now he's got that angle scooped up and given the 3.
Stalemate.
Just a great job, basically, of knowing when to go. You know, and right now, you know, surprised to say this, but if you're Iowa bench, you're probably thinking about what can we do to get some more team points.
Absolutely, give him an escape.
I know, I got you.
Get back to your
Set.
offense.
Green, cover.
Teemer's had 3 takedowns. And there's the escape from Sasso. So with 1 minute left,
the takedown and ride out basically gives Teemer the 8-point major.
a major decision would tie this matchup at 10.
Sasso's picked up his pace as well with his ties.
Sasso goes underhook right side. He's got over-under. He's got his hands locked.
Yeah, he's got a body lock position right there. You see where Teemer's used his left hand up against that thigh right there to keep the distance. Now he's using his right hand right there up against that left hand there.
Oh! Throw there from Teemer.
I think if he would have followed through with that or went with it as opposed to staying on the edge, I think he would have got it.
It will be a 10-5 decision for Jacori Teemer. As it's 10-9 in this first half. And Jacori Teemer, for the first time in 9 weeks, let's take a look at our pick at number 5.
As we've seen all day, toss-up after toss-up. He needs a win, and Rutgers can win the duel.
I mean, it's hard to ask for much more than a winner-go-home match in a 15-12 duel between two top 15 ranked teams. By far worth the price of admission.
Yeah, this is going to come down to the wire, and if you're watching at home or if you're in the arena right now, you can feel the tension, you can feel the excitement. Rutgers looking for that top 10 win for the first time since 2019.
I mean, 7-10 matchup, NCAA round of 16 match, win, you're going on to the NCAA quarterfinals, guaranteeing top 12 finish.
And Luffman's actually back in the Illinois lineup for the first time since the 22 campaign, so the 21-22 campaign. He's a 2-time NCAA qualifier, 11-2 this year. Slavikouski, 12-4. as a grad senior, second year on campus with the Scarlet Knights after a great career with Harvard. He was an All-American last year on the podium for the first time. Three-time NCAA qualifier in his own right. He actually made the blood round back in 2023 with Harvard. 94-26 in his career, so he's 6 wins away from the century mark, which he could very well get this year.
Yeah, Slavikouski, tight match against Penn State Friday night. Took Kirkwood to full decision, which I think was the first time this year. 2-0, had a chance to win it in the third period, the takedown attempt. You know, not many guys getting takedowns against Penn State, so no shame in that, but you'd like to see him get to his offense early here.
More than halfway through this first period, still scoreless.
250, these guys aren't a full 285, but still, versus 125 pounds, big difference when you get stuck underneath. And
again, based on the most updated criteria, of course, that we can find, which I believe it hasn't changed at this point, Rutgers does lead in overall points scored 34-33 across the first 9 bouts. So as long as Slavikouski wins this match, they'll tie the score at 15. But of course, if he wins, Rutgers will have the advantage in overall points from the individual bouts, and they'll win this duel on criteria.
Yeah, my guess, my estimation right now, it's going to come down to a takedown. Riding time, not a factor for Jacori, only had 6 seconds.
Jacori driving in, Luffman able to defend, get back to the upper body ties.
You'd like to see Jacori, he had one hand on the leg. You'd like to see him get his other hand towards the leg. He kind of got stuck up top. Rutgers bench campaigning for a stall because I don't think Luffman has taken a leg attack so far, or committed leg attack, I would say.
Less than a minute to go in the second period. Jacori trying to snap the head. He's been a little bit more active right now, reaching on that leg. Now Luffman trying to come back with some underhooks of his own. Nothing doing, though.
Yeah, Jacori doing a nice job of controlling center, going forward. He's kept Luffman off balance with his fakes.
Jacori to his feet. Cutting at the hands, out for one. Riding time not a factor. We're tied at 1 apiece. And now Jacori will try to push the pace. Gonna use that collar tie, trying to use his underhooks as well. Can Slavikouski break through here, or will it be Luffman silencing the Jersey Mike's crowd? 90 seconds. It's getting tight here. Crowd wants stalls on Luffman. Neither man has a stall yet. Slavikouski on a leg, trying to finish this now, elevating the single, driving through. Luffman defending. Slavikouski still driving. Luffman able to defend, get back to the upper body ties. He avoids the takedown out of bounds. Referee just wants more action. No stall call either way.
He hit Luffman as, just make sure we're on the same page. He did hit Luffman when Slavikouski took that shot.
There you go. Stall call I missed. I was stuck on that leg right there. So there is one stall call on Luffman. I stand corrected.
They did not hit Jacori as they went out of bounds. The Illinois coaching staff wanted to hit him for backing out of bounds. I respect their hustle and their campaigning efforts, but didn't think that was stalling on Jacori. Their just momentum took him to the edge.
50 seconds.
We'll see if that stall call leans large. Great job by Jacori to get to the high single. He couldn't quite get to the ankle, so he could elevate and trip. Good job by Luffman fighting for hand control.
Trying to fight for inside position. Jacori pushing the pace. Luffman getting backed up. A shot from Luffman had the ankle momentarily. Jacori sprawls front head, trying to re-attack, and Luffman stands back up with him.
Could be something big here, upper body.
And there you go with Jacori backing out of it, disengaging a little bit, still head to head, and now they'll disengage entirely. 10 seconds, could go to sudden victory to decide this duel.
No caution so far, but one stall on Luffman. We'll see if that comes into play as we get into overtime here.
Headed to sudden victory.
See if Slavikouski can go back to that single.
Remember, Luffman has a stall call too. Any point in sudden victory wins. Jacori trying to fight position again. Luffman on a shot. Jacori's got to defend. Trying to post on the head. Luffman carrying him. Yara trying to stay balanced.
Almost free.
Can he get his ankle free? Yara is going to get pushed out of bounds.
It's a good call there. It looked like Luffman was carrying Yara out of bounds, not Yara forcing his way out of bounds. He kept facing him. He did not turn towards the edge of the mat.
As tight as it gets. 115. Slavikouski a snap of the head.
And that's tough.
Shot from Luffman. Yara sprawls. Now trying to spin behind. He's got the single leg.
He's got to come up here. He's got to shelf it.
Yara driving. Luffman on top now.
He's got to elevate the ankle, come out through the waterfall position, or run him to his hips.
Yara hipping into him. 52 seconds. Luffman trying to step over. 45. Yara on that ankle. Trying to come through. Luffman hanging on for dear life. Yara coming up. Can he turn back in? Slavikouski drives. He's got the takedown. Slavikouski wins it 4-1 in sudden victory. Rutgers is going to take the duel on criteria. Woo!
What a big man scramble.
A thrilling duel here in Piscataway. Yaroslav Slavikouski 4-1 over Luke Luffman, and the Scarlet Knights knock off number 10 Illinois.
Now let's take a look at our pick for number 4.
Now we start the first period. Weiand facing off against the 22nd ranked Jacob Moran from Portage, Indiana. For Moran, he placed 4th place at Midlands. You mentioned in that open, Eric, how Midlands was really the turning point of the season for this team.
When I talked to Coach Angelo Escobedo, that's what I said, is there are two things. When did you really feel that this team bought in, and when did you feel that they flipped from where they were prior to that? And he said it was really the Midlands, and in particular in the semifinals, where we were underranked and we ended up picking up wins that we weren't expected to. So what that did was that allowed guys to buy in. Once you finally start to see the fruits of your labor paying off,
it's tough to really trust a recipe until you see the outcome of it. But now this team's seen that it's worked. They're buying in completely, sitting at 5-2 on the season, 1-2 in the Big Ten. Interestingly enough, Eric, they're 5-0 away from home.
And another interesting thing that really stuck out to me is I asked him, how have you been able, this is his 7th year, so where do you feel that this team stacks up? And he said, you know what, to me, it is, we have a competitive environment where you don't come to Indiana thinking you're going to start. You have to actually work to earn that starting spot, and that has been different from the past. When he came in, it was just guys coming in and having that expectation that they're going to be the starter. Now you have multiple guys at weight competing for one spot, and it's raising the level of this Indiana program.
It's the old iron sharpens iron type of thinking, making sure that they have constant competition, knowing it's lazy.
And Jacob Moran has to get the left foot to the left hip of Caleb Weiand, and what that's going to do is put a lot of pressure on that hip, and Weiand's going to have two choices, either bail out just like you saw it and give up the takedown, or give up the hip.
For Moran, he's building up on that riding time right now too, 52 seconds at the moment.
And now Weiand in here on somewhat of a Merkle position. He's going to have to get that left leg in between the two legs of Jacob Moran, and there's going to be two, and he's going to roll through. And now he's looking for a possible fall by Caleb Weiand, and this is what we talked about. The start is so important for these Michigan State Spartans. Look at the crowd to your right.
They're loving it right now. This is Weiand's first time facing off against Indiana. It's giving the crowd a show at the moment.
I will say this is a long match. We're still in the first period. You look at Caleb Weiand's eyes in particular. They look a little dark, and what that says to me is the weight cut might have been an issue. Keep in mind, this is Friday night. They do have to wrestle on Sunday, so the weight is not going to get back up to where it would be had you not had that match Sunday. Very important.
Tough matchup for them, too, as they welcome in the Nebraska Cornhuskers on Sunday. That'll be the end of the first period. 7-5 in favor of the Hoosiers.
And that was a good break for Weiand. And I think the Michigan State coaching staff coming over, what it did is it allowed Weiand to collect himself. And I think of this back to my career days. We were wrestling Iowa. I get a takedown, give the escape, get another takedown, roll through tilt, and I go up big. And I look over just as Caleb Weiand was just doing, seeing the crowd on their feet, and I died. Just completely lost my feet. So what that allowed Caleb Weiand to do was find himself, recollect himself after picking up that big 7-point move.
Gets a chance to reset now. Both just fighting for control.
And what you're seeing Weiand do is that left elbow tie. He comes to what's a C, but it's upside down, and he's taking that elbow and he's passing it by. So he's working from an outside tie, which is unconventional because from a coaching perspective, you tell work inside on your ties. You want to make sure that your elbows are inside. You see here on that right side. Now Moran has both inside ties as he works that left arm out. And that's the key, is make sure you get to your inside ties. You see that left hand continuing to work.
Only 12 seconds remaining in the second.
Neither guy can relax here.
That will be how they conclude the second period.
Weiand doing a good job working on that left side, goes claw ride on that left side, inside thigh pry deep on the right side, doing a good job of staying on his feet. And that forward pressure, making sure all the weight for Jacob Moran is on those hands as he comes up and picks up a quick escape.
Weiand with a 2-point advantage still, but that can go away quickly.
Yeah, I'm starting to look at the feet in particular. Weiand starting to be a little wishy-washy.
Returns to the middle, see if he can get it.
And this is where you learn a lot about yourself. Deep waters. 70 seconds might not seem a lot, but when someone is coming at you with everything they have, it is exhausting. And you're seeing Moran here on the underhook. What I would like to see is it flipped. I would like to see Weiand get there, because what it does is it slows your opponent down. And keep in mind, Caleb Weiand has not been hit for stalling here. So rather than giving up anything crazy, give up the stall call. It's free anyways. Free Friday night stall calls. That's what they're handing out here tonight.
Moran wants more than a stall call. Ends up getting the 3 points, taking the lead.
Right on the out-of-bounds line.
Got exactly 28.7 seconds remaining in this bout.
But Weiand's back to the center first. And that says a lot. It's all about optics.
55-second advantage of riding time as well for Moran. Passing that minute mark now.
And an escape at this point is not going to do it, so you need an escape and a takedown or a reversal.
Just over 10 seconds remaining in this entire bout. And that will be how it ends. Jacob Moran able to take that third period and the entire 125 bout.
Wrestling in 60 is presented by Cliff Keen Athletic. Wrestle with the best. Now let's take a look at our pick for number 3.
Penn State, it's not like they needed a new face in the lineup that's a Superman, but they got one here. And redshirt freshman Josh Barr, and all of a sudden everybody's going, who is this guy? It's kind of like, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kids, they said, who are are those guys? And all of a sudden, Barr's letting them know who he is, because what a start he's had. You know, he didn't get beat as a redshirt last year, hasn't been beat this year.
3-0 against ranked opponents, already a victory over Stephen Little of Little Rock, who's number 5th ranked wrestler in the country. It's been 3 straight bonus point victories for Barr, who has busted on the scene. You're at 197 pounds.
And he beat Michael Beard, the old Penn State wrestler who's now at Lehigh. And that's when everybody said, whoa, what do we got here? You know, we've reached the big time, and Barr's ready for it.
Posnanski, a guy who is proven already, All-American at 184 pounds. That was back in 2021. He's qualified for the NCAA tournament 3 times, including last year. Had a 7th place finish at the Big Ten Championships a season ago. But Coach Goodale told us earlier this week, and trying to see if he can't get his redshirt junior to go in this first period.
Had a nice win over Ohio State's shoemate in the duel. I think to your point, and I like it. You know, his key is a high pace. You know, nothing to lose, high pace. Talk about a pace there and work in the head. You see how Barr is working that head. He's going to look for that underhook. And right there, he had him thinking about the head, tap the head into the single. Now, and
Josh
can he
Barr
get it? A nice fend up. He's going to fend off. Yeah, Posnanski, nice job of fending off. Yeah, it was a good first period by Posnanski there. He's in the game now. He's got to get off the bottom here. Can't be ridden. Up on a, you know, a little quad. Got to have a plan to get to his feet.
1, 2, we're up.
Keep moving. You don't sit there. You got to keep moving, looking to see if you can get some hip separation at the same time. Control of the hands, but easier said than done. That's a nice job. A lot of pressure by Barr on top.
And to say, Barr's doing a fantastic job at the top position here. Good control of the hips.
See, he keeps scooping the leg.
One, 2.
Yeah, you know what I like about Barr is he's got this knockout thing going, this knockdown. He knocks on the head and knocks you down. It's hard. There's no feeling it out for Josh Barr.
Improve. Show me something.
Posnanski trying to get up on that base, but just having a really hard time with Barr, who brings him right back flat on the mat.
Yeah, that's like a vice grip around his waist there. Does a really nice job of varying his attack, and the whole time there's pressure. Just smothering on top there. It's not, you're not just kind of laying on top, you're putting a lot of pressure. And see, the situation here is Posnanski, you know, by looking up, he probably finally got it, and from the corner standpoint, but it's not like Posnanski has been continuing the activity to force the official to call that stall earlier.
Wait for me.
Josh Barr with the warning and stall. A minute 46. He has rode out just about the entirety of this second period. He's got 13 seconds to complete it.
10 seconds, second period.
Josh Barr will keep Posnanski on the mat and will ride him out this entire second period.
So Paz didn't even try to wrestle on top right there. He knows that he's going to have to take down Barr, but Barr in on that single leg right now. Has the far leg, gets the 3 points. I mean, talk about having, you know, the eyes for what you need to do. As he was in on the single, he saw the trailing far leg, caught it, and got the 3 points.
Wait for me. Wait. Get set.
If he hadn't have seen it, probably had come up.
Bottom man set. He's going to give you the optional start.
Finished in another way. And Barr going to go back
Still you,
to
Green.
his feet, gives
one. Red neutral.
So now Still Posnanski. In on the double leg, jumped right in. The attack rate, big time, working for Josh Barr.
You can see the conditioning of Josh Barr in this third period. He is just still raring to go.
Working the head, the feet, coming around. Posnanski, oh man. Again, great post.
Still you. Still you. One, neutral.
This is where if it's a football game, you got to call timeout. You can't do it here.
Still you, Green. One.
10-point lead, essentially right now with that riding time.
I mean,
wow.
I mean, what are we seeing? I mean, this is unbelievable.
Barr has got a motor, man. He does not stop.
I mean, you just broke the spirit of this young man right here. It's so hard to come back from. And there's the underhook and the drive. He torqued his body.
Green, you're in control.
Remember Posnanski, an All-American in 21, a three-time NCAA qualifier. Josh Barr
cut across and around.
Continues his undefeated season. Look at the smirk at the end. What a victory for Josh Barr. You want to talk about closing out a match. That's the way you do it, Josh Barr.
Now, let's take a look at our pick for number 2.
Patrick Kennedy in his 5th year, Harchla 6th year. These guys have been around different weight classes. And just expect this to be wrestled in a phone booth, hard collar ties, just physicality.
Yeah, this is going to be wrestled on the logo right there. Harchla diving in on a leg right there. He's got a lock. You know, so he's trying to move his knees up into a little bit better position to possibly lift. Gets a little bit better angle. All right, trying to lift back up over the top. Nice job so far by Kennedy, kind of keeping him stuffed back, keeping that head in good position, and not enough time to finish it. The referee's going to call a stalemate. Pretty good call.
Carson Harchla in 2022, 25 wins. He was 7th to become an All-American. The following year in 2023, rounded 12. Here's Kennedy, front headlock position for the Hawkeye.
Nice job of Harchla by squaring up in that front headlock position. See how really Harchla has control of the right arm of Kennedy right there.
Come on, guys, both men work to improve here. Both wrestlers work to improve.
Harchla missing last season due to injury, was injured against Pitts on December 10th. Missed the rest of the season. He's battled some injuries while at Columbus.
You know, forward pressure right there, putting his hands up in there at the face. Carson didn't like that, so he got to a leg right there. Is a possibility for him to score. He's got a better angle this time. Keeping the hand on the mat, keeping his lower body active. Gonna shelf it, come up to his feet. Can he sweep? He does. Collects the far leg, gets the points.
3 points for Harchla. Now with 35 seconds, big sequence right here. Harchla, of course, can he get the ride out? Kennedy pops to his feet, and he skips away. He's on the board. 3-1 score.
That's important sequence there for Kennedy to be able to get the quick escape.
Kennedy last season a round of 12 guy at 174. He's a 2-time national qualifier. Was round of 16 back in 2023 after that runner-up finish at the Big Tens. Both these guys undefeated. Breakdown there from Kennedy.
Now this is what the 3-point takedown. You kind of put the top guy in no man's land. Really, do I ride in here? Do I? What's my decision? Am I going to be committed to it? Yep. Harchla coming up, back up, and peeling hands. So far, Kennedy is giving the escape right there.
Underhook there from Kennedy.
But you got to make him work in here if you're Kennedy. You're doing enough to make him, really exert in that down position with quick stalemate.
Let's go, guys. Come on.
That's a consistent call. We've seen that.
Hawkeye quickly back to the center. Kennedy was a 4-time state champion at Carson Manorville in Minnesota. And here's Harchla looking to finish off for a second takedown.
Gets the far ankle. He should score here.
3 round.
Again, looking for the offense. That was kind of a half shot by Kennedy. He got a good quick angle. The footwork I was talking about, getting that angle and drop right on that single. Important sequence here for Kennedy. Can he get his offense going? Can he catch Harsla just thinking defense?
Harsla with a takedown in the first period. Another one here in the second. And here's Kennedy in short time. Looking for that far right ankle.
And he gets that shin wizard locked in there, short time.
Time is going to run out on Kennedy. Harsla slides a leg in.
That's a good decision here at this point. Now he hooks the far leg and Kennedy pops up to his feet.
Riding time a non-factor in this 7-3 match.
Can Kennedy put it into another gear? Will Harsla keep on looking for his offense right now? It's really way too early just to, there are scoring opportunities out there for Harsla, but is he still looking for him with this type of lead?
Kennedy taking territory as Harsla circles back in, takes a half shot.
Drives in on that leg. This is the strength of Harsla coming back up to his feet right there.
We're down to 105 remaining here in the third.
You see Harsla not making a great attempt to come back to the middle of the mat. Under a minute.
Shot there by Kennedy on a single leg, but he's extended underneath on his belly.
Yeah, no weight on the knees right there, weight on the toes, right? Getting a little bit of a better angle. Now he's going to harass him.
And taking about 20 seconds off in this sequence. Time hog.
Kennedy had to do something, though. Forward pressure here by Kennedy.
Couple fakes there by Harsla.
Well, that's the work that Harsla did earlier in the match to get that second takedown here. So he's basically can go out there and hand fight right there, stay in position.
"15 seconds remaining in the match."
Kennedy tried to come back up. He's got to be careful now. He doesn't give up the point right there.
7-3 decision as 6th-ranked Carson Harsla knocks off Patrick Kennedy, the 5th-ranked Hawkeye. Harsla remains undefeated now, 8-0. Kennedy suffering his first defeat of the season. He drops to 8-1. Good matchup right there.
Yeah, put a sticker on his headgear. Buckeye.
Here is our pick at number 1.
Put in the line, shake
Taylor,
set.
explosive wrestler, but very calculated and does a nice job. Is good in all positions. And Taylor jumps right into him on a shot. Right here, he gets a saldate up in the air.
3 takedown.
Immediate takedown. These hustlers have come out to wrestle here tonight.
Break easy.
Less than 15 seconds in, it's a takedown for Taylor.
Here we go, set.
Last season, Taylor was 23-10. Then up at 165, he was 5th at the Big Tens and 8th at the NCAAs, an All-American as an 8th seed.
One thing I like about Taylor's finish is he tries to get the guy up off of his feet. He's in good enough position. A lot of mat returns for his finishes. Holds the center of the mat right there. Comes to the head, tries to drop down on that ankle. Good down blocking.
Solid season, 14-2. Won the Cliff Keenan Vegas. Really impressive performance early December. 105 first period.
Saldate really conscious of those free shots of Taylor. You see he's down blocking there with that right hand, so you get that hand way down. He's trying to protect that natural right-legged lead, and that's where Taylor wants to go. So he's dropping his hand down there, do a little down blocking. But it doesn't really. If that's not what you want to do, or it doesn't complement your offense, you're just thinking defense. You're just thinking about what the other guy's going to do. So you'd rather see him kind of go a little bit more forceful here, go forward to set up his shots, his motion, his push-pull, right? Push into him, get him pulled back into an angle. There's none of that going on right here. Now Taylor's on around the waist again.
Defended by the whizzer from Saldate. Taylor was working off that underhook.
Yeah, but he's dropped his head right there.
Short time in this first period.
Yeah. Gonna come up and lock his hands right there. Gives him a little bit more leverage to go ahead and go around the waist. Does he have a big finish in this position? Tries to limp out. Good action by Saldate to square up.
3-1 first period. Taylor wasting no time getting to his offense.
Your choice.
Cotton in the nose, and Taylor's ready to go as he explodes off the whistle. And he runs away.
Cover the fingers, get your feet moving.
Those quick escapes. You got a quick takedown in the first period, quick escape in the second. As Antrell Taylor leads it 4-1.
Hold your ground and pummel back in and see if anything opens up here. Make this a little bit more of a war than it's, you know, the visual looks right now. Right now, both guys are keeping and working from distance. If you're the guy that's behind, maybe you got to close the gap a little bit. You saw a little bit of that, and that
Stay out of the face, above the eyebrows.
That time Saldate had the underhook. 52nd second period, Taylor leading it 4-1.
How much time we got?
Saldate's brother Logan, football player, wide receiver at Notre Dame. Big Ten going back-to-back with Michigan and Ohio State. Last two championship football games. Of course, the Big Ten in wrestling has won 17 straight. Snap there from Saldate. Now Saldate with a pretty good situation, but Taylor able to defend.
Yeah, and he's got weight on that head right there. Notice how he's been. Saldate has an opportunity to go ahead and get his head up, all right? His head's down in this position now. Taylor rolls him over the top, and what you want to concentrate on if you're Taylor here, even though you've got both legs, he's taking you back over the top. Keep the head stuff. I think he's going to score.
Saldate gets the finish, and he gets it in the final seconds of the second period. We got ourselves a new match, 4-4.
Neutral.
Final seconds.
And just like that, Saldate has the lead.
5 unanswered from Chase Saldate.
If I'm Saldate and I'm the Michigan corner, I want Saldate moving forward off the tie so you can feel every move that Taylor makes. But now Taylor jumps in on a shot right there, the roll-through attempt.
Look at this! Taylor's got Saldate in trouble. Antrell Taylor gets the slap of the Resolite. Boy, oh boy. Antrell Taylor, the foot stomp. It has been a bonus points Friday night for Nebraska.